Bruce Lee was like known for being very arrogant, and he said something about he'd beat Muhammad Ali in a fight. I'm like, that's crazy. If you really said that, that's so insane.
He's a cocky guy.
Bruce Lee was 135 pounds. Muhammad Ali at the time was 220, 225, the greatest boxer of all time.
Yeah.
Heavyweight, knocking out heavyweights.
Yeah, that would have been a great UFC match. Just Ali versus.
If you're talking about him in like 1967, before they made him retire for 3 years, he was insanely good. Like, if you want to watch how good Muhammad Ali was, Ali moved like him. It's so hard to put it in perspective now, because we think about fighters now, like we've seen so many great heavyweights. We've seen so many great welterweights and light heavyweights, and the world of boxing, like, we have so much footage. But back then, in 1967, there was
nobody doing that.
Where's your footage? Where you what? You're gonna get a projecting screen and sit down. If it's not on TV, you're not gonna see it. So you watch whatever the they show you on TV, and no one had ever seen a guy move like that, especially in the heavyweight division. He moved like Sugar Ray Robinson, who was a 147-pounder.
Is there anyone comparable, you would say, nowadays like that?
No, there's no one comparable in terms of like how different they were than everyone before them. He was so different. Could you please show me some of the Cleveland Big Cat Williams Muhammad Ali highlights? Bro, he was so different. He would knock guys out moving backwards. You know, he decided when he would take it up a notch. He put different paces on you, pop the jab on you, move, make you miss a bunch of times, make you feel stupid, drop his hands, pop you again, move around, you can't catch him. And when you're thinking about boxing in 1967, there's no heavyweights that move like this. They don't exist, man. This guy is a freak. So everybody before him moves like Cleveland does, you know, moving forward, looking to land the big power shots. And look how big Cleveland was. Jesus Christ, is he jacked. Look at the fucking arms on that guy. Murderous puncher. Very dangerous guy. And Ali's just dancing in front of him. Just shuffling and dancing. Just out of range. And then eventually he starts catching him. Just starts tuning him up. Scoot your head a little bit here. So once he gets loose, he starts opening up with combinations, and he moves away, and then Cleveland moves forward, and he pops him with a jab, pops him with a hook, and now Cleveland's befuddled, right? Because now, you know, I can't hit this fucking guy, and he can hit me anytime he wants, which is just, that's not how boxing is in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
You have big power punchers with big jabs and guys with great technique. You got Joe Louis, and you know, you got Floyd Patterson, you got all these different great heavyweights, but none of them fight like this fucking guy. None of them fight like this guy.
Slowly charge, kind of was the style before Ali, just sort of like slow and steady.
Well, everybody was just power punchers in the heavyweight division. They'd just move forward. They would throw good jabs. They had good boxing fundamentals, but they didn't move with the footwork like that. That footwork was insane. So if you're standing in front of them, the realization after 3 or 4 rounds of this is like, I can't take too many more of these. He's not hitting me with one knockout punch, but he's hitting me 150 times in the face. And he's hitting me in a way that I can't hit him back. Look at this popping this jab. Just moving and effortlessly. He would run miles backwards. There's the 1-2. That's it. That's the beginning of it. He would run miles backwards. Run backwards.
So just insane cardio, too.
Insane cardio. Insane dedication. So this is one of the most tragic, from a boxing fan's perspective, one of the most tragic things in boxing is that they took it away from him for 3 years, and he was never really this guy again. This guy that you see here in 67, he stopped training. When he came back and fought after that, he just didn't look like the same guy. He wasn't the same guy physically. He didn't, you know, maintain his training during those 3 years off. Look at that, dude. Look how good he was. I mean, are you f***ing kidding me? Are you f***ing kidding me?
Nuts.
So that was like the most revolutionary thing in boxing, like that guy in 1967. Like one of the most revolutionary things ever, to see a heavyweight move like that. And then you got Tyson in the 80s.
Yeah, well, and then he was out of his prime too for a bit, right?
Yep. Yeah, but he had already...
Was he saved by the bell right here? I thought this was the end of the fight.
No, it's not. He gets up.
Isn't that
Bro, they just let people let people just be out cold.
right there's like the famous photo though, right? Where he's standing over him, or is that
No,
someone
no,
else?
that's the Sonny Liston photo.
okay.
That's when he knocked Sonny Liston out in Lewiston, Maine, and they said it was a fixed fight. And it looks a little suspicious. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
Knowing that a lot of people suspected this is a fake fight and that Liston really wasn't hurt that bad that he took a dive, watch this.
Okay.
Because you watch like how he's trying to get up, you're like, as a person who's seen a lot of people get knocked out, I've seen probably more people. Here's the right hand. It's a solid right hand, absolutely legit, no doubt about it. But watch how Liston goes down. So a lot of people said that it was a phantom punch. It's not a phantom punch. It's an absolute. Watch this, over the top, boom. See the jaw shift? That's a real punch. That's a real knockdown. That's not a dive. But what happens is when Liston goes down, so he throws his jab. Ali comes over the top and bang. That's a 100% legit punch. But when Liston goes down, that's when it gets shenanigans. See if they scoot ahead to watch if they. Is this just?
It's just a punch.
Okay, just show me the actual knockout. There it is. Is that it? It's you got to see when he gets up, because when he gets up, that's when it looks fake. When he gets up. When he's down, no, this is like a bunch of different fights. See if you can find it.
Did you box, or you're always doing?
I did some kickboxing. Here it is. Here it is, right here. So he hits him. He knocks him down. Now watch. He goes down. Now this is where it gets a little shenanigan-y. So I'm watching him roll around. He gets to his knees, and he falls back down again. It just looks a little like he's not trying to stop himself from going to his back. It looks a little funky. So like he gets up and look, he's looking away. He's not even looking at Ali. So they're not deciding yet whether or not the fight is stopped. And now Ali is fucking teeing off on him. And then they stop the fight. It was very shenanigan-y.
Right.
You know? It looked a little shenanigan-y.
He made contact though. I don't know.
But it's also like the humiliation that Liston suffered from the first fight. The first fight was 100% legit.
Yeah.
The first fight when he fought Sonny Liston was this murderous puncher, man. He was one of the most murderous punchers ever. He fucked up Floyd Patterson so bad. He was so dangerous. He was so scary. And he was a thug. Like, he was a crazy dude. Like, during one of the press conferences, see if you can find this. Ali was talking crazy shit. Liston pulled out a fucking gun. He pulled out a gun and shot through the fucking ceiling.
Are these
And
people
everybody
being,
scrambled.
Are they legit nutty like that, or is this partly PR for the fight? Like, if I shoot a gun, this will draw eyeballs.
No. That was who Sonny Liston was. And what Muhammad Ali was doing was trying to get into his head.
And a bum through a bullhorn.
Shoots blanks. Here it
The
is.
situation finally came to a head when Clay approached Liston at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas, where the champ was shooting craps and losing. Liston was in no mood to be harangued by the mouth from the south.
Oh
Liston
shit!
fired, frightening his young tormentor into a hasty retreat. The gun was filled with blanks.
Yo.
He just put it in his coat pocket to prove it's a
Yo.
blank. I'd be terrified, dude.
By the way, those can still kill you. Like people that
Yeah.
put blanks up to their head, the force of the gas coming out of the barrel of the gun can kill you. And it has killed people. A guy did it on a set once. He was just
Jeez.
fucking around with a blank. And,
they have so much protocol whenever there's a gun.
bro,
on
that's
set.
so scary.
Move quick.
Yeah, look how fast his fucking reflexes were. He dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
He's talking shit. He dodges
Yeah.
fast.
Bro, but he would constantly talk shit at every press conference. It got so bad to the point where when they did his like the weigh-in thing, like after the weigh-in, his heart rate was so high, his blood pressure was so high that they had to calm him down or they weren't going to let him fight. Because he just like worked himself up into a frenzy to fuck with Liston. He would show up in front of Liston's house and yell on his front lawn. Like he climbed into that dude's head.
Oh, I'm sure. How crazy to be that gifted as a fighter and that gifted as a shit talker as well.
Unprecedented shit talker.
Yeah.
No one before him did poetry. No one did rhymes. Like, you don't
He
understand.
did his work to get inside
Bro,
his head.
my parents were hippies, and they had to watch when Muhammad Ali was rematching Leon Spinks because it was on television. That's how much of like a cultural icon that guy was, because he stood against the Vietnam War, and that's why he lost 3 years of his career when he was in his prime. In 1967, he's like, I'm not going to Vietnam. He goes, no Viet Cong ever did shit to me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. And they took away his ability to box for 3 years. And, you know, my parents were like very anti-war. They were like, this is our guy. Like the whole country was like, this is a person who represented sense. He made sense when the world was going crazy and they were talking people into fighting this nonsense war in Vietnam. And you could possibly lose your life or lose a leg or lose a friend or lose your father or lose your... What? And he was like, fuck that. And he was right.